I'm Anil Kumar, and here is a very good question on combination of functions from previous test paper. I'd like you to pause the video, copy the question, answer, and then look into my suggestion. Question number 9. The graph of the function f of x is a line passing through the point 2 minus 3 with slope of 6. The graph of the function g of x is the graph of the function h of x equals to x squared, vertically stretched by a factor of 5, horizontally translated 8 units to the left, and vertically translated 1 unit down. Find the product of functions f and g. Now first we need to write down the equations of both the functions. So f of x is a line passing through the given point with the slope. So we can write it in the form of mx plus b. We know that the slope here is 6. So 6, the point is 2 minus 3. We can replace x with 2 and y with minus 3 and find b, right? So we get minus 3, and 6 times 2 is 12, minus 12 equals to b, which is indeed minus 15. And therefore we get the function f of x as equal to, slope is 6, so let me write 6x minus 15. So we get the function f of x. Now let us find the function g of x, right? So let's do the same thing for g of x, that is writing equation. The graph of the function g of x is equal to graph of the function h of x, which is x squared, vertically stretched by a factor of 5, that means 5 times x squared, horizontally translated 8 units to left, that means within the bracket x plus 8, and vertically translated 1 unit down. Okay, so we'll write this equation in the form of the transformed form. So let's read it once again. The graph of this function x squared is vertically stretched, so stretch factor is 5. X horizontally translated 8 units to left, that means plus 8 whole square, that's the function, and vertically translated 1 unit down, that means minus 1. So that becomes g of x for us. Now we need to write f times g times x, product of f and g, composite function, right? So now we need to write the combination of the function, product of these two functions. So f of g of x, this is how we have to read f of g of x. So it is f times g of x. So we need to do product of these two functions, which is going to be function f of x is 6x minus 15 times g of x, which is 5 times x plus 8 whole square minus 1, correct? So that becomes your product of the two functions. So that is how you're going to solve it. Now as an exercise, what you can do is you can actually expand, simplify. Let me just expand this part, and then I'll leave the rest for you. So we have 5 times x squared plus 2ab, that means 16x plus 64 minus 1, and this I could write as 6x minus 15 times 5 times, we have to multiply all these things which you can multiply, and let me write this as x squared plus 16x plus 63, correct? So we can take 5 outside, so I'll write it in the product form, 6x minus 15, rather factored form, and here let me write this as x squared plus 16x plus 63. Okay, so that is the product of the two functions given to us. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best. We can further factor it. 63 is product of 7 times 9, right? And when you add 7 and 9 you get 16. So we could write this as 5 times 6x minus 15 x plus 7 times x plus 9, right? So that is how you could write this particular function. So it's a cubic function which has 3 zeros, right? Now that is how you could do it. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.